My boyfriend wants to be poly, and I know exactly when he decided that. The moment I found a "I miss you, wish you were here" text from another woman on his phone while he was passed out drunk next to me on our vacation. We'd been together 8 years, built a business together, shared an apartment, shared finances, shared a whole life. I thought we were solid. He said she was just a friend, that she helped him grieve after his dad died, that the texts meant nothing. And because I loved him, because I'd watched him fall apart after losing his father, and I'd held him through every piece of it, kept our business running while he could barely get out of bed, I wanted to believe that. I almost convinced myself I did. I suggested couples therapy. He shot it down immediately, didn't even hesitate or pretend to think about it. So I told him, fine, do whatever you want. And 2 weeks later, he came back and said he wanted an open relationship with her specifically. The same woman whose name had been in his phone while I slept next to him in a hotel bed on what was supposed to be our trip. I said absolutely not. So he kept bringing it up every week for months. He'd frame it differently each time. We could make it work. I'd understand if I just met her. This was about his healing and not about me. I was being closed-minded and unfair. I kept saying no every single time. And every single time he'd act like I was the unreasonable one. Until June. That's when he gave me the ultimatum. Agree to poly or he'd keep cheating. Those were the two options he put on the table. Not working on us, not therapy, not choosing me. Just pick which version of betrayal you can live with. And God help me. I picked the one that felt like less of a loss in that moment. I caved. And the second I did, she became a fixture in our lives. Weekend trips. Dinners with his friends, ones I found out about secondhand through mutual friends who felt bad for me, which was almost worse than finding out directly. He even brought her to meet his uncle. Family. The door I'd specifically asked him not to open. I kept setting final straws. Her or me. I meant it every single time. He'd agree. Tell me he'd end it, then stall. Say he needed to do it in person, not over text. Okay, fair. Then the in-person meeting would get pushed back, then pushed again. Then one night he sat down and calmly told me he needed until after their cruise in January to actually break up with her. Their cruise. I sat with that for a long moment. This man, who I'd built a life with, who I'd held together through grief, who I'd handed half my business to, he needed me to wait until after his vacation with another woman to decide if he wanted to be with me. I asked him to move out. He cried, said I was throwing him away, said he didn't realize he meant nothing to me. He packed a bag slowly, muttering things under his breath, that he was sorry he existed, that if he wasn't with me, he was leaving her too. Like that was supposed to be a comfort. Like he was offering me something by threatening to blow up both relationships if I didn't take him back. I let him go, and then a week later, I let him back in, because he said he was homeless, and I couldn't stand it. I know exactly how that sounds. After that, I just felt numb. Not sad, not angry, just hollow. Like I was going through the motions of a relationship with someone I didn't fully recognize anymore. We'd talk, make new plans, he'd promise to prioritize us, and I'd almost believe it for a few days before something small would happen, and I'd remember exactly where we actually stood. The depression I fell into that year was the worst of my life. I went to a doctor, got on medication, started therapy, and even in therapy, I kept defending him, kept explaining the context, kept framing it like if I just found the right words or drew the right boundary, it would finally click and we'd find our way back to each other. I'm not sure I believe that anymore. He asked me what I wanted to do for his birthday. I told him I wanted my relationship back, the one we had before all of this, the one where I wasn't constantly bracing for the next thing, the next stall, the next revelation from a mutual friend who couldn't look me in the eye. He smiled and said it'd be really nice if all three of us could just do dinner together. I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. The business makes it complicated. 8 years of shared history makes it complicated. Loving someone and not trusting them at all, that makes it the most complicated thing I've ever tried to untangle. And the worst part is he knows all of that. He's always known it and he counts on it. My therapist keeps asking me what I actually want, not what I'm willing to settle for, not what feels survivable, what I actually want. I know the answer. I've known it for a long time. I just don't know yet if I'm brave enough to choose it.